Om Shri Sai Ram. As I reflect on my moments with Sai, I realize that the one thing that I keep getting reminded of is that Swami is in us, with us, around us, constantly guiding us in our spiritual journeys. My own journey began with my father's journey, who in the mid 1970s was seeking a guru. And when he found Sri Sathya Sai Baba, he realized that he had found his guru. And since he had a deep, unwavering, steadfast faith in Swami, that prompted him down the road of sadhana, that prompted him down the road of service. Now, a few years into his journey, my parents discovered that they were in family way. Now, my father was in his late 40s, my mother in her late 30s, and they were worried because they already had 2 teenage daughters. They were worried about the responsibility that a new child would bring. So they went to Swami for his guidance, and Swami told them that they would have a son who would share their responsibilities, and that the person who planted the sapling, wouldn't he water it? Now this greatly comforted my parents, and they went back in peace. A few months later, of course, I was born, and that came as a little bit of a shock to my parents. But when they looked back at the notes that my father had carefully made after every conversation that he'd had with Swami, every time Swami described the baby, he would use a female tense. My father wasn't familiar enough with Telugu to understand the nuance. But that is how my journey with and to Sai began, with the grace of Swami. Now, through this journey, there have been times when I have wavered a little off the path or have found myself going away from the Sai fold, but somehow Swami always brought me back. I remember an incident when I was about 8 years old, where Swami was giving an interview to my family and I, and he looked at my parents and he told them, "Oh, she does Ashtotram every day, very good." Now, I did do Ashtotram, but definitely not every day. So I looked at Swami looked at me, and with a twinkle in his eye and a smile, and I realized what he was doing. He was nudging me back to my Namasmarana. In the subsequent years, in many big ways and small, Swami has always guided me. Whether it was when I was at crossroads about my educational choices, he would come in my dream and guide me. I got married into a Sai family that is full of love and faith and brought me back into the fold again. Even when my mother was seriously ill and our faith was severely tested, somehow Swami always found a way to give us comfort, whether it was by sending vibhuti through someone in Puttaparthi or by loving and a kind word from a devotee, or even something small like arranging for a taxi when we were desperate trying to find one to take my mother to the hospital. But in also other ways, I have found that Swami has been really kind about giving his guidance. When we moved to a new apartment complex in Bangalore where we were staying, we had no friends or people that we knew. And one day a stranger approached me and asked if I would like to join Sai Bhajans in someone's house. Similarly, when we moved to London a few years ago, we found a house that was right behind the Sai Samiti, and through our daughter's Balavikas and through all the bhajans and activities that happened in that Samiti, we were drawn back into Sai's fold. What this makes me realize is that when I look back, there are times when there is a twinge of regret or guilt that I haven't done enough in my sadhana. I haven't done enough in terms of service, especially when I look at everything that so many other people, our brothers and sisters, my father, my in-laws are doing. But I realize that all of our journeys are unique and our own, and Swami's love is not conditional to our doing any of this. He wants us to go down the right path, but he is love himself, and he's always there to guide and protect us. It is this strength and courage that I want all of us to take through our journeys. Om Sai Ram.